Oh, my first job? Oh, geez. Technically, it would have been delivering newspapers from the Daily World down in Grays Harbor. I ended up getting my GED actually in 2003, and then I joined in the military shortly thereafter. And when I came back, I pretty much was consistent on throwing my life away. I was drinking every day, all the way as a homeless veteran, all the way up until 2012, and I worked, I guess, the focus is work. I'd work like different, odds in labor jobs, roofing jobs, construction type stuff, never really anything that I could maintain. The first person I really met that was outside the community while I was in treatment his name was Rod Whitmire with National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, what did you say the name was? I know this, I know veteran suicide. See, at the time, I didn't realize that this was some sort of epidemic that veterans were dealing with. And so when he was out there spreading the awareness about it, I was like, dude, let me tell you my story. With everything I was doing, everything I was, all the veterans events and connecting with all my brothers and sisters all the time, I got the opportunity to come work here, in fact, so what had happened is Veterans Lending Group. So basically when I had gotten out of treatment, I was still in transitional housing. And a guy named by the name of Ron O'Farrell had introduced me to Mike Villano, right? And those guys started working on my loan to get me approved, right? And I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna buy a house, right? No way. And they did. They helped me get, they were like, hey, they helped me fix my credit. It took like 6 months, and then got me approved to buy a house. And I actually ended up getting married right around that time too, and just kind of started this whole little trend of success. It's pretty cool. With everything I was doing, everything I was, all the veterans events and connecting with all my brothers and sisters all the time, I got the opportunity to come work here. I mean, the rest has really been history, So I'm out here, I'm educating veterans on their VA loans, their benefits. And day to day, is calling and meeting with realtors, building relationships. As far as, kids, I mean, it's like, take a shot on the military, join up. Like if it's, you gotta have a clean bill of health for sure. And if you do got a clean bill of health, dude, look at that. I'd say look at that route. Look at the military route. It's, go serve your country, get to see a little bit of America, or a little bit of the world for that matter, especially depending on what branch you serve. And I mean, because I wouldn't trade out the brotherhoods I have now for nothing. Ambition is the key. Figure out what moves you. Like what is it that you're passionate about, and that's the job you want, right? Like if there's something you deal with, if it's something that, like, when you think about it and you think about making a difference there, and it makes you arms, bump up, and maybe a little bit of tears to your eyes, that's probably what you're going to be passionate about. That's what I've noticed. Like when I see, those things, it's like, when things happen, when people discover stuff for themselves inside of dealing with PTSD, dealing with, trauma or whatever, and they discover some kind of freedom like that, I love that.